Okay, so you can dive upwards. This is really useful to get the extra height for tackles. And you also get more air maneuverability. To do this, you only need two things. To not hold any movement keys when you dive, and some momentum before you go into the air. You don't even need to uppercut, though it definitely helps. If you're already going down, you will dive down, but this is not as efficient. So yeah, another reason to dive, just be careful with the ceiling. A similar phenomenon to this, and how I found it in the first place, is neutral uppercutting. For some reason, I've always thought that when you uppercut, without holding any direction, you go higher. When I say neutral, I'm referring to not holding any keys in some fighting game lingo. And just if you don't know, if you wanna tackle in the ceiling, you need to press the key of the opposite direction you wanna go. I swear, doing it like this really helps me get these loops when I uppercut off the spine turn. But from my limited testing, it doesn't make much of a difference anywhere else. Okay, so updates on Coyote time. Right after making the video, I found that you can actually use throw to extend the window that you can do simples, just like with tackle or dodge. We use it to do the school transfer. We also found out that as long as you're holding onto your teammate, you're considered on the ground. Which means your Coyote window starts when you let go, which is super useful for rollouts. The fake roll actually doesn't work, and it only shows the animation on your screen, just like with this pass. Speaking of cancelling, Taunt actually makes you cancel your throw. And yeah, you can cancel it midway through the animation for a real fake shot. And you can even cancel the animation after the ball releases, so you can act sooner. This one's hard to explain, but I'll try my best, baby girl. There's this weird buffer in Roller Champions where if you perform an action right before changing states, like from ground to air state, most notably in this case, then the game will automatically queue up the next move that would come with that next state. For example, tackle becomes a spin kick, and the game does that automatically for you. This is also probably the reason why sometimes when you spin kick into the ball, you just dive dodge. This could also be why some actions extend Coyote time. And even if it was added to make the game feel better by throwing you a bone for being close enough, it just takes away control of your characters and creates some weird issues. But this is just half the story. The other half, it's yet another weird property this game has. Whenever you jump on a ramp to get up a wall, your skater is in this weird state where he's visually on the wall, but the game thinks he's still in the air, so you cannot do any wall or ground moves. It was probably added to help players when they try to jump up and down the walls, but since you can cancel out of it, you're better off just changing your timing. This is, in my opinion, the single biggest issue with the Roller Champions movement right now. This triggers at certain speeds and when hitting the wall at certain angles, so to avoid it, I just try to jump up the ramp a little bit later. More specifically, after I'm halfway done skating up the ramp. But yeah, this goes back to the bug, because if you press tackle when you're in this state, you do a weird spin kick because you're not fully in the air, but not in the ground either. Yeah, so my theory on what is going on here is that when you do this first spin kick, you're in this weird limbo state for most of it, so the game is like, okay, he definitely meant to spin kick there, but then since you change states, the game doesn't keep track of, oh hey, he did a spin kick, so now he should dive. But you can also have the opposite issue if the game decides that you spin kicked way too late in this change of states, so it just autocorrects to doing the next action, so you dive with one click. I know I probably lost you, so think about it like this. If I tackle off the wall, I get a spin kick automatically, so the interaction with dive is the same. I spin kick on my way up, and then the game sees I'm in the air, so it makes me dive. This is a great moment to mention that these are just my theories. You can also get this weird jump or ramp state if you are going down the ramp. You can also get this state if you uppercut up a wall at certain points, and even on the ceiling. That's why it feels like there's glue in the ceiling. If you get to it without using the ramps to shift your momentum, you just crash against it. That was it for mechanics. Now I'm going to talk about some small optimization. Here are some ideas on how to get some speed from a complete standstill with the ball. You can tap pump right before spin kicking so your skater stays low and hits the people who don't jump. Same concept here, so the ball doesn't go below you. And last but not least, you can throw the ball before even grabbing it, so your character releases it as soon as possible. But the ball camera actually fucks this up. But yeah, that's everything that I thought was worth mentioning for now. But yeah, there's still more stuff to figure out. But I had all these clips, so I figured might as well just share them now. Like always, feel free to share any discoveries you have with me or in the wedding lobby. Now we have a dedicated channel for that. So, looking forward for the clips. And thank you for watching.